Hello and welcome to Epic Pandemonium. I am your host, Mark Donnelly.
I'm John Spera.
I'm Mike Mengini.
How you guys doing today?
Pretty good.
We're good. Good.
How are you, Mark?
I'm actually really good. I'm excited, This is our third episode of our podcast. We're officially going on with YouTube now. Life's good. We just got back from vacation.
Mm-hmm. How was your vacation?
It was really good. We went to the Barefoot Country Music Festival.
Oh.
Who was there?
So Darius Rucker, Blake Shelton, Kid Rock were all there. Darius Rucker was my favorite. He was actually, that's a lie. Blake Shelton was my favorite just because he was going. He did all of his number ones.
I like Blake Shelton.
I'm pretty sure a group of men tried to lure my wife into their hotel room.
Did it work?
It didn't.
Oh.
I go to check into the hotel room and I'm grabbing the bag, so I give Kate the keys to the hotel. So she goes up to the room and I'm 10, 20 feet behind her, and you see all these redneck guys walk out. And they're just like, hey, honey, if you want to come and have a beer, before the show, come over to our hotel room. See, me being me, I wrap my arms around the guys. I'm like, thanks, guys. It's really nice to know we got some buddies in this hotel. You can tell I creeped them out because they were just like, oh, yeah, you too. And then I looked at Kate and I was like, we can't use the pool here. You'll get kidnapped.
Did you stay on the beach?
Yeah, we were right on the boardwalk.
That's nice.
That sounds cool.
But you know what? I'm even more excited to be back and in your guys' company.
Yeah, it's nice that we actually try to get a video of us talking instead of just audio.
It's nice that it's actually going to work this time.
That's true.
It is.
That's true.
So every time we've tried to record this podcast, something's gone wrong. The first time, the computer glitched. The second time, the cameras weren't again. All you were able to salvage was audio. So what's been new with you guys?
Not much. Same old.
Have you guys been following the Titan submarine?
I have.
Okay, what are your thoughts?
I
have a very strong opinion, but I know I'm going to get a lot of hate on it.
Yeah.
So I want your guys' opinion first.
Well, we just got the update that they're all deceased.
The bedside manner needs some work. Okay, well,
How it is.
so here's my big issue. If we're going to talk about this, I will go into all the facts right now. First off, the submarine is only 22 feet long.
Mm-hmm.
There are sharks bigger than that submarine is.
Yeah. Didn't they say it was the size of a small school bus? Or something like that?
2, do you know how much the price of one of those tickets were?
$250,000, actually.
$250,000, and you're telling me I got to sit crisscross applesauce next to 5 other people?
Mm-hmm.
And you can't have shoes.
Is that true?
They made them take their shoes off. That's what on the thing it said you had to take your shoes off before you get in.
And then they don't really have bathrooms. It's like a Ziploc bag, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a tube. Literally. When you're in it, that's all it's saying.
But that's my point. So I'm paying $250,000.
Mm-hmm. That's per person, too. So if you take 2 people and you got to pay $500,000.
So excluding the pilot, there was 4 people. So they paid $1 million total.
Mm-hmm.
1, I don't get seats. I have to sit, only one person can have their legs extended at a time. First off, no, that ain't happening. 2, you're telling me a multi-million-dollar submarine is controlled by a $30 Logitech remote?
Yeah.
Like a controller?
Yeah, it looks like a PlayStation
I have a controller right here. I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How much do you want to bet? You know why their system went down? Someone forgot to bring the batteries.
Didn't charge the
No one charged the controller. That's why they lost control.
It's an old Xbox thing. The AA's died.
Exactly. Well, when was the last time you ever saw a Logitech controller? It was 90s.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then the submarine itself was only certified, I should say, to go 1,300 meters.
Well, it was 13
underwater.
13,000 feet.
Well, I know, but we're talking in meters. It was only certified to go 1,300 meters underwater. 13,000 feet is roughly 4,000 meters. So you're going more than double what it's certified to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One of the...
And then...
I think it was the engineers for the company tried to make that point and tried to say that it shouldn't
And then they fired him and sued him for going to OSHA.
Yeah, and they fired him. And then nothing ever happened out of it.
And can I tell you my biggest fucking argument against it? Here's the point where I would sit there and go, no. There's no hatch to get out.
Well, the hatch is outside.
That's what you get bolted in from the outside. So even if they surfaced, they couldn't get out unless someone let them out. Yeah. So I'm spending $250,000. Even if I wanted to go to Titanic and I thought it was safe, the second I saw there was no seats, no bathroom, I can't get out. Worst case scenario, it's bolted from the outside. So even if we surface, I could suffocate. No, the answer is no. I think here's the controversial topic. I blame them.
Well,
You're smart enough to have millions and billions and billions of dollars, and you're too stupid to go, hey, that's not safe. That's not. I can tell you right now, it's not safe. I haven't even seen it.
well, that's also on them. If you've seen the waiver is a packet.
But that's
There's
what
a
I'm saying.
packet of
I'm not
waivers.
blaming the company.
That's on them.
I'm blaming the people.
That's definitely on them.
Yeah, because it was like nobody can sue. That like family can't sue.
That's what the waivers are.
Yeah,
for.
I know.
the
that's
waivers,
what
like
I'm
the
saying.
family can't sue.
Yeah.
Whatever. But my favorite part is they're acting like this company is an expert on going to.
Well, didn't they go down before? Like this isn't the 1st
They've gone
time
down
they did it or
3
something?
times. Well, this was the 3rd time.
Yeah.
And each
So
time
the
has
first
had a problem.
Well, the first time they went
Oh, I
down
didn't
and
know
came
that.
back up, it was successful. The second time, they only went down 37 feet and had an issue and had to
Yeah.
resurface.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So you only had a 50% success rate.
Well, even on the first time, they did have errors. There was still, like, even though there was a set the up and down, they still had problems on the way up and down.
Okay. But still,
But I'm just saying that's pretty much every single time there has been a problem on this.
Yeah, then it was that, and I know that they were supposed to do it more than just the 3, and they canceled on people, and they kept saying we're going to do it, and they never took the people down, and the people ended up suing the company because they wouldn't give them their money back, and they wouldn't take them on a trip.
exactly. The company's shady to begin with. Let's be honest here.
But don't blame the company. I blame the rich people.
I blame them both.
I blame the rich people.
I blame the rich people for doing it. I blame the company for being a piece of shit and not correcting. When your director of safety or whatever the hell his top goes, hey, I don't think this is safe. You have everything to investigate it. And then the guy's doing videos. There's videos of interviews of stuff from him like years ago, like, oh, I broke the rules. No, we're not allowed to use carbon fiber. We're not allowed to use this, but I did it anyway because that's how science works. Well, no, that's how you kill people. And this is exactly what happened.
Well, the CEO was on it.
Good.
Wasn't there another person with the company, or was it just the CEO?
It was just the CEO.
CEO.
Just the CEO? Okay.
The CEO was the pilot, and then it was a rich British adventurer.
There was a British businessman, a Pakistani businessman, and his son, 19-year-old son, and a French explorer.
Did they find everything?
They
Or, like,
found
parts
it
of
in debris, and no, there has not been a body found. So
They're not going to find a
they're not
fucking
gonna- I was
body.
saying-
They're $13,000. Their body's this big inside of a shark.
That's literally
Yeah.
2.5 miles down. So they probably just
They accordion the shit
Yeah.
out of it.
Did you guys hear about the guy who found a cave under his house in Turkey?
did not.
He apparently, I'm guessing he was a farmer, because for some reason he had a chicken in his basement, and he was chasing it. And it went through a hole that he had in the wall that he didn't really know where it went to. Why are you looking at me like that? You're like smiling.
Because you're acting like that's a normal topic. Like, oh, there's a guy that
He's
chases his
chasing
chicken
a
in
chicken
Turkey.
in the basement. Am I supposed to just blank face that?
Yes.
That don't happen all the time.
Dude, I don't know. It's what the article said that I read. But whatever. He
Go ahead, Michael.
I'm more interested why he's chasing a chicken in the basement.
Why is he keeping his chicken in the
Dude,
basement?
I don't know. Ask him. He's the dude from Turkey. I don't fucking know. But
He is the dude from Turkey. What's his name?
I don't know his name. His name wasn't in the article.
This is your research.
Turkey Man.
Yes, all right. Turkey man was chasing his turkey in the fucking
He was chasing his
basement.
turkey.
It was chicken. He
Chicken.
wasn't chasing a turkey.
Go ahead, Michael. We're gonna let you. We're gonna give you a
Let
mulligan.
Keep going.
All right, whatever. He was chasing it, and it went through some hole that he had in his basement, which he didn't know where it went to. It was just kind of always there since he's been there. He tore down a section of the wall to get through, and it was a giant open section. He didn't know what it was, and shined a light down there, and it ended up being this giant cave. And he followed it through, and it was like miles long. They kept going down. And as he's going through, it was like scorpions, snakes, and shit in there too, and he didn't know.
And he kept going.
He
Yes.
just kept going.
Yes, and he didn't know how any of this shit got there. He had no fucking idea.
Well, the snake
It was
probably just
always
slithered in.
Yes, well, no shit. But he didn't. He's been there for however long he was there. Never noticed anything come out of the hole or fucking not.
So, can I tell you my favorite part of the story?
What?
One, it's a man chasing a chicken in
In
the
a basement. Was he gonna cook this chicken?
Two,
I don't
and
know.
Here's,
I don't
here's
know.
my favorite part.
I don't know
Your-
if it was like one that just laid eggs or what it was.
Your chicken ran into like a hole in your wall, and you just decide I'm taking this fucking wall down.
Exactly.
He never second guessed why there was a hole in his basement wall.
I'm just at was it a wall? That's my question.
Was this just like a legit?
How much was
drywall?
his heating bill? Is my question.
Apparently a lot. I don't know. He's from fucking Turkey. I don't know what the fuck.
Was he a
shit is
farmer?
over there. Yes, that's what I said.
I hope he's
I'm
a
assuming he was a
farmer.
farmer. It didn't say
You're
what
assuming.
he did. It didn't say what he did, but it said once he opened up the wall, it was fucking that. It was just a giant fucking hole in the wall, a giant cave, and he tried to follow it through.
Michael, you're one of the reasons I've lost faith in humanity.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. That's my story.
Well, speaking of people speaking of things that make me lose faith in humanity, have you guys heard about what's going on in Switzerland?
I'm not.
No.
So an article came out last week. Let me read you the title because I think this is the funniest thing ever.
Okay.
Teachers fed up with 11-year-old kids wearing diapers to school.
You said 11, right?
11 years old.
11 years old. So apparently what's going on nowadays is parents aren't teaching their kids how to go to the bathroom.
They're not potty trained
They're
their
just
kids.
keeping them in the diapers because it's easier.
Jeez.
But the issue is the teachers are now having a field day because they're like, I have to. One, there's no policy on like me having to wipe or do something for an 11-year-old because they don't know how to go to the bathroom. So when I first saw this article, I was like, please tell me this isn't the United States. Like, please tell me that we're not representing. And then at the first, it's in Switzerland. And I'm sitting there like, yes, we still have hope. We're not that bad yet. And then you scroll a little farther down and it says Buffalo, New York. It's also happening in.
How do you not? That's like that's
So,
a normal thing when you're raising a kid.
But that's my point. Like
How do you not
I
do
think
that?
I was potty trained by 2 years old.
Something
Like
like
not
Yeah.
perfectly, but almost there.
No, you got the gist of what you're supposed to do. Like,
How do you
go to 11 and not do that?
How does common sense not just set in?
I mean, if you're never taught to do it, you're not going to know what to do.
If I'm on the toilet, if
Well,
I
you're
go in the
never on
bathroom,
the
never
toilet.
use the toilet.
if you go in the bathroom and you see a toilet and toilet paper, I wonder what that's for. You just 10
Yeah.
years later, you still don't know what that's for.
Yeah, I'm sure
No.
they get the concept. They just never taught how to use it.
You pull your pants down, you sit on the seat, and you go.
I don't know.
Like that's just not caring.
yeah, they
Well,
don't
that's the
care.
point. The teachers are like fed up because they're like, parents are getting worse and worse and worse, and we keep having to pick up the slacks. And like the teachers are like, I'm not changing. I'm
No.
an 11-year-old. It's not my problem.
No,
I would send them home.
That's the parents' fault at that point. That's the
That's
generations
one
are
of
getting
them.
stupider.
And then I read this other article. And by the way, that story was from the New York Post.
Yeah, like that's like a very
News. It's legit.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude.
So then I'm scrolling, and I'm in the Philadelphia Inquirer now. Again, another reputable newspaper. John, you're going to like this one. A Penn State chemical engineering professor is accused of performing lewd acts with his dog in a state park.
What?
What?
So, I don't know how to say the guy's name, but chemical engineering professor Themis Matsoukas was charged on Monday because apparently what he was doing was at a state park.
Okay.
He was bringing his dog into the state park and having sex with his dog.
Oh no.
They were going by. He was caught by security cameras that were near the bathrooms. Just keep an eye on like theft in the bathrooms.
Okay.
And you see him, and he's not wearing pants. Like that's how confident this man is.
Jesus.
He's walking out in a shirt, socks, and boots, and he is penetrating his dog. And it just came out, so he got suspended.
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 He's not
That's all he got was
Not fired
suspended.
right away. Not in
That's all he got
jail?
was suspended this month. Mm.
Well, there's still a case coming up.
His face is in a fucking video.
Who's gonna be the witness? The dog?
So he's been a college professor since 1991.
Doesn't matter.
Well, no, I agree with you. Here's my favorite part. So now that this came out, people are coming forward,
Okay.
and there's like trail cams and everything, and apparently he's been doing this since like 2014.
With the same dog.
So for his border
It was
collie,
9 years.
I feel bad for the
that's
dog.
My favorite dog.
I feel bad for the dog.
his favorite dog too.
It's my favorite kind of dog.
Penn State can't catch a break with that bullshit.
Seriously.
So are you guys familiar with who Jennifer Murphy is?
No. I have no idea who that is.
So she was a model and a business owner.
Okay.
So this is going back a couple years ago. I think it was 2016. She launched her Murphy beds.
Okay.
Makes sense. Her last name's Murphy. Promoting the Murphy bed. Do you guys know what the Murphy bed is?
Do not.
No.
It's those beds that like fold into a closet.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's old.
Yeah, I was gonna say they've been around.
So
it's an
I haven't seen
old
this.
design.
So apparently we're very late to seeing this video because apparently it's very popular.
Yeah.
So she made. I'm not going to tell you anything else. I just want you to watch the video and enjoy.
Up my Murphy bed, sat down to scratch my head.
Oh, fuck.
What could this day bring? It could be anything. I gotta help them all. Go girl will save the day. Child will not get away. It didn't take me long to find the ticking bomb. He took off in my Jeep. That chow is such a creep. I gotta
This is so bad.
to take down Chow one day. He pulled a ninja move. It got me to be fooled.
What?
You know what? Maybe I too could be ninja. I want to be ninja. I want to be ninja. I want to chop, chop, chop chow down. Take chow down to Chinatown. I want to be ninja. I started training hard. I think I could go far. I am a natural. That's matter factual. I learned to chop your heart. I fight with credit card. I use my nunchucks even while feeding ducks. I throw my ninja star also very far. I do karate moves with a go-go groove. I learn my ninja kicks while watching Netflix. I try to everything like on the big screen. And you guys, you know what? I might do it. I might be a ninja soon. I gonna be ninja. I gonna be ninja. I gonna chop, chop, chop chow down. Take chow down to Chinatown. I gonna be ninja. I practice every day.
So,
What the fuck?
I have lots of questions about that.
What did we
So-
just- was that like her actual ad?
She played that at the debut
Of her bed.
of her Murphy bed. That was her advertisement. That's her like getting into it. So she was Mrs. Oregon USA in 2004. She was a beauty pageant. It's older.
That's so bad, dude. Oh my god.
Well, it sparked a lot of controversy because one, it's racist as shit.
Yes.
And then two, at her debut where she's singing it in front of a Chinese woman just looking at
What
her.
does wanting to be a ninja have to do with a Murphy bed?
Everything.
I did not expect that to take that kind of
Also-
a turn.
also-
It started out as just like a nice little song, and
Also,
then, boom.
is she taking credit for the bed in a closet? Because I've seen that in movies for like ever.
Yeah,
Is she trying to take credit for that?
that's
I
been
don't think she is. I think it's just her version.
Or she's just okay? I was about to say because when you said that, I'm like that's been around forever.
yeah, that's been.
I've
a
seen that
very
in
big-
really old movies.
I don't know. I don't see anything actually about her
But,
beds.
yeah.
She may have gotten canceled, which wouldn't surprise me after that fucking intro.
Well, same thing with what happened with Tila Tequila.
What?
Oh, so remember how like when we were younger, she was like the biggest thing.
I don't know who that is.
I know
So
did
she
the
had like a
TV shows
reality
or whatever.
TV show.
Yeah,
on, like,
I remember
MTV.
that.
It was like a dating show because she was bisexual, so she would like go with men, go with women. Who's she
Okay.
gonna end up with? We don't know. Well, she got really big, and she was like everywhere. Like, she was going to the premiere, she was doing all that stuff, and then she came out saying, Hitler wasn't that bad, and she had poses of her like doing like the
Oh, wow.
salute.
I
And then
didn't.
she got canceled.
Has anybody heard of the Mandela effect?
I've heard of it.
Which
I don't-
one?
I don't know exactly what it is.
Well, the Mandela effect, it's pretty much false memories that a large group of people have, but it really never happened. So an example would be like, when you think of Jif peanut butter, what do you call it?
Jif?
So apparently people have called it Jiffy for the longest time, but really it's never been called Jiffy. It's been called Jif for the longest time.
See, I don't remember it as Jiffy like ever.
Or like in the movie, in a song by Queen, "We Are the Champions." Do you guys remember like when he says, "We are the champions of the world"?
Mhm.
Apparently, he's never said that.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's
So it's your brain tricking yourself into thinking something.
it's been a large like everybody believes it, but
He's never said of the world.
No.
Every time I sing that
no,
song,
people think of it in the actual lyrics, but like he said it live, but people think it's the actual lyrics. It's not in the lyrics.
Oh, okay.
Or like Looney Tunes. You know how to spell Looney Tunes?
I think I do.
Try to spell Looney Tunes.
It's not normal tune.
It's
L-
instead of TOONS, it's TUNES.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one got me. I didn't know that.
Isn't that the same thing with the Berenstain Bears and the
Exactly.
Berenstain Bears?
Yes. People have been in the wrong way. Or anybody know who
Wait,
Jenga?
wait. Then how's that one actually said?
It was just
Instead of like an EI, it's an
Yeah.
AI.
Yeah, it's like
That's not the Berenstain Bears.
Yeah.
The Berenstain Bears.
Stein Bears.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I've always said it the other way.
Well, everyone, like I said, that's one of the Mandela
Yeah,
effects.
it's part of the
like, it
Mandela
goes back
effect.
and forth.
And like the
I
reason,
don't like that.
yeah,
No shit.
and the reason they call it the Mandela effect. You know who Nelson Mandela is?
Yeah.
Who is he?
Hey, Michael, who is he?
All right, here we go.
You
You
know
gotta
who he
make me
is, don't
describe
you?
shit again.
Well, I'm saying
He asked you a question.
I did
and
ask
you
who
said
it
you know who he is.
If you didn't know who he is, just say no.
No, I don't know who he is.
Thank you. So he was
I'm not
the
cutting that.
president
I'm
of
fine with that.
South Africa, and apparently people believe that he died in prison in the 1980s.
Okay.
He did not. He died in 2013.
Really?
I thought he was dead.
No, he died in 2013.
Oh.
People
I
believed
didn't-
he died in prison.
Yeah, that's what I was always taught.
Yeah. Or
How many? Do you know how he actually died?
probably old age. He was pretty old.
Okay.
I don't know.
And the one that got me the most was, does anybody know who Jane Goodall is?
I don't think so.
She's the I forget what they're called. She goes out into nature.
She studied gorillas in Africa.
Yes, but what's the actual name of them?
I forget. But
Continue. I know what you're talking about.
there was a huge thing. This is what I believe my whole life. I was taught this in school. I believe
Anthropologist.
Yes, anthropologist. I believe this forever, that she was killed by poachers because she was trying to stop them from killing apes. And I find out years later she's alive. It was like some completely different person. She's alive.
Is she still alive today?
I don't know about today, but I think it was Diane Foster was the one who actually got killed by the poachers. But I swear, I remember this, and I'm wrong now, but I remember being taught Jane Goodall was killed by poachers, and that never happened.
She's 89 years old. She's still alive.
She's still alive.
Well, shit, she's kicking. Does she still do the?
Probably not.
She's 89, Michael.
I
so
don't
doubt
think
it.
she's out in the jungle studying.
I don't know. Look at Betty White.
She's probably in a
She's
nursing
dead now,
home.
but-
Betty White was an actor. There's a difference in sitting and joking in front of a
Exactly.
camera.
She still did a bunch of shit.
She sat and did stuff. Do you ever
She
see
still
Betty
did a
White
bunch of
doing
shit.
action movies?
Yes,
Name one.
maybe. I don't know.
Name one. Yeah, Michael.
You keep saying yes to things
Michael,
you don't know.
You have not said anything in the last 6 months that's made any rational sense.
6 months. We've been doing this for
No,
like
I
a
just
month.
mean in real life. I'm not talking about the pod. I just mean in real life.
We've
You have
been
not said
gaming
anything
forever.
that's made sense
We've been gaming
in the
forever.
last 6 months. You just say things.
I know, and I'm all right with this. I save lives.
You're a delivery boy.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
Mike. I'm
Here
just
we
saying,
go
so,
again.
Well, yeah. Well, you want to. You keep bringing up this point that you save lives. You don't do anything to save
Exactly.
anybody's
I do
life.
everything. to
Apparently,
save
you
lives.
even told us you're not
Okay,
qualified.
Michael. I'm
Never said I'm
dying,
not
and
qualified.
I
I
need
did.
medication. Can you give me the medication?
Depending on what
No,
medication.
can you? Yes or no? Give me
What
the medication.
medication do you need?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I need
so-
oxycodone.
No, nobody. You'd have to go to a hospital to get that.
So you're
So
not
you're
qualified
saying
to
you
give him the
can't give me
oxycodone.
medicine.
No.
Okay, I need. I don't know. What's a life saving medicine? I'm not in the medical field. Mike.
I mean Narcan.
Okay.
That's only if you overdose. But yeah, I can
Okay,
give
so
you
I
that.
need Narcan.
Yes, I can give you Narcan.
Okay, what else can you give me?
I can give you that. Breathing treatments.
So what can't you give me?
Narcotics.
Like what?
Any kind of narcotic.
All narcotics?
So what if I
Yes.
need a narcotic to stay alive?
You won't need one to stay alive.
But what if I did?
You wouldn't.
Well, you don't know.
Yeah.
I could be a special case, Michael.
Yeah.
You wouldn't.
So anyway, so what can't you give me? That's what I'm asking.
I can't give a lot of shit.
Okay,
A
like,
lot of
name
stuff.
one.
I just named literally a
You
whole
You named
thing.
narcotics. That's not naming a drug. That is naming.
You know of drugs? You're in the field, but you don't know of any drugs.
I don't.
So anyway, we're back to the topic at hand here. So, can you bring me back to life if I'm dead?
Yes, that's literally giving somebody CPR.
What's your success rate?
What's your success rate,
Oh, dude,
Michael?
I don't know. You know how many people I've coded before? I have no idea.
No, we
So-
don't. That's why we're
so
asking.
probably less.
I don't know.
Okay.
You don't know?
I have
So
no
what
idea.
you're saying is
If
you
somebody's-
never follow up with the people that you quote unquote save.
No, if I take somebody to the hospital, you almost never find out what happens to them after that.
Maybe because you don't care enough.
Yeah.
Michael.
No, there's no way to find that out.
You just go. You just go where you picked them. You went to their house to get them. You just
Yeah,
drive
that's-
there again.
You're not really allowed to do that.
Why not?
It's kind of like an unwritten rule. Like
It's
you just
unwritten,
don't-
so it's not a rule,
unwritten,
it's
so
a rule that
not
you
a
made up.
rule.
You don't really do that.
So is that what
Unless
you've
somebody
done to
comes to
decide in
you.
your mind that it's okay?
yes.
So you decided this, not the hospital.
What?
You've made this
So,
rule up because
yes.
it's unwritten.
No, you don't. One, that's not.
Anyway, Michael, back to
appropriate.
the point. So you can't give me narcotics.
Can you
No.
do surgery?
Can you give me surgery?
Huh?
If
No, obviously I can't.
if
I'm not
I
a
have
doctor.
if I have a bullet in my shoulder,
No, I'm not allowed to do any of that.
so you couldn't save my life in that case. So how do you save lives is my question. Besides
Yeah.
taking them to a hospital to a professional that can save.
You've
their
made
life.
the bold statement that I save lives. How?
Yeah, how are you saving lives? You're making this is what I'm talking about. What we're saying. You say things that don't have any traction, and you stick to it. Give us an example.
You're pretty
save
much
our lives.
You're pretty much a barber in the 1800s.
What?
Barbers were used for medicine.
You're basically Coca-Cola.
Pretty much. Give them
Cocaine
cocaine
era.
and syrup.
So go ahead, Michael. How are you saving our lives?
You know what? I don't even know anymore.
So you're
So
giving
he
up.
doesn't
So we
save
challenged
lives.
what you had to say, and you don't have any factual evidence to back it up.
You
No.
were a sick body delivery man. Not even man, delivery boy.
You know,
Yes,
back
I'm a
in the
delivery
1400s, in the last episode, we were talking about what we'd be in the 1400s. I was a lord. Johnny was
Sellsword.
a sellsword. And what did you say you were going to be?
What did I say I was going
I
to
think
be?
he said a butcher.
A sheep
No,
metal
no,
worker?
no.
Not a sheep
No.
metal
Blacksmith.
worker.
A
A
blacksmith.
So you know what you really would be?
What?
You'd be the guy when everybody dies that goes around with...
But where's your dad? Where's your dad? Where's your dad?
That's Marky walking around asking where's his dad.
Ding ding.
He's in the cart. And you're the guy with the cart, like just carrying all the dead bodies. No, he's not even trusted to ring the bell. He's just the hard labor. They don't even let him dump it in the
They
pit.
give him a bell, but they don't put a thing in it. So it's making no noise.
They want to make me feel special.
They don't even you know in the back in the medieval times that big nose man.
the-
They don't even give him that. They just let him go out.
That was for doctors.
Just go. Exactly. You're not a doctor.
I know that. I never said I
Thank
was
you
a
for
doctor.
admitting it finally.
So
I never
you're
said I was a
basically
doctor.
this. You're basically this era's version of the guy with the dead cart.
Sure. That's
You're
very-
Pfizer's UPS.
I'm who?
So speaking of like olden days, so I have something, and I don't know if you guys I don't know if it was just me. So when I was younger, you remember when TV was black and white before color?
Okay.
For years when I was a kid, and I'm ashamed to admit this, I always thought that TV when it was black and white,
Black and
Like a
and white.
life, sir.
TV when it was black and white,
Okay.
that was real life. Like the real life was black and white, and then one day someone just invented color.
That's okay. Now that'd be fine. But how old were you when you finally realized this?
Later than I'd like to admit.
Gibsy.
Like-
What's later?
Like 12.
That's I guess that's all right.
I remember asking Pop that one day, and he gave me like the dirtiest look. Like, what are you talking about? I
What
literally
was-
went. So we were watching like an old.
Do you remember what he actually said back to you?
Yes. So we were watching the Andy Griffin show.
Okay.
And it was like back when TV Land would
Yeah.
play it, and it was like the actual black and white one.
That's a good one.
And I remember I looked and I was like, Pop, were you around when they invented color? And he was just like, yeah, it was really cool. And I was like, well, how did you feel any different? And he gave me the dirty look. He goes, what do you mean? And I was like, well, when you went from black and white to like having color, like having colored clothes and all this different stuff. And he goes, please tell me you're not this stupid. And I was like, what are you talking about? He goes, we didn't have the technology to show color. We had color. And I was just like, yeah, I knew that. We had a lot of fun in the house. Did I ever tell you the time I got beat because of Linda?
Probably not.
So you remember when we used to live with Mama and Papa? We'd
Uh-huh.
we lived in their basement when we were younger.
Mm-hmm.
And the one day, my mom, Pop, and Mama were all upstairs, and they were like watching TV or something. And it was Linda and me in the basement. We're watching Dumbo.
Dumbo.
This has scarred me for life. I can tell you all the details. I remember it.
Okay.
Okay.
So then we had a phone by the bed
Mm-hmm.
that my mom would use, like if Dad had night or she was talking to someone. So Linda picked up the phone and dialed 911.
Wow.
Oh boy.
So I didn't realize it. So I turned around and I hear her on the phone giggling, and I just run over. I grab the phone and I hang up. And I'm like, oh, this is like 5, 6-year-old me.
Wow.
5, 6-year-old me. Okay, we took care of it. We hung up the phone. Life is good.
Did she know what she was doing?
Yes.
How much younger is she than you?
So I was 6, so she was like 4.
I was saying.
Okay.
So, well, she was giggling, and it was like, I know what I'm doing. This is going to be funny.
Okay.
So 5 minutes later, the police show up.
Wow.
And we hear a knock on the door, and it's a police guy, and Pop answers the door, and he goes, hey, can we help you? And they're like, oh, we received a call from this house, and someone like hung up really quick. Is everything okay? And Pop's like, yeah, there's no one home but me, and it's my wife, and my daughter. We're sitting right here besides like the kids in the basement. And he was just like, oh, okay, well, I just came out to double check, because like I said, someone dialed and hung up really quickly, so we didn't know if there was like an emergency or something, so it was a landline, so we came right to the house.
Okay.
So Pop, you remember, Pop's smart. He put 2 and 2 together. Mark! Linda, get up here now! And I remember walking upstairs, and I knew it was going to be bad. So he's sitting on remember the red chair?
Yeah.
He's sitting on his red chair, and he looks at me. So, which one of you dialed 911? And I just went, I pointed right at Linda. So she got the belt.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got the fucking shit beat out of me. Like, I got hit she got hit like once, like slapped with the belt. I had like 8 times.
Why did you get it?
Did you tell
And
him
I
the
looked and I was
story?
like, Pop, I wasn't paying attention. Like, I was watching Dumbo. I didn't pick up the phone. Well, you were with your sister. You should have been keeping a closer eye on her. Yeah, Johnny loved Bobby, though. Loves Bobby. You know, he was really helpful in one day. Bobby, he was... John, you want to tell that story when you helped Bobby find his bud?
Sure. So, on Facebook, this is years ago, my cousin leaves a post.
My brother, Bobby.
Yeah. So he's like... I'm trying to think what the actual post said. I think it was like, hey, does anybody know where Bud is? I can't find Bud. I don't know what Bud
Can you
is.
tell how old you were?
Do you remember? I don't remember how old I was.
It wasn't that long ago, John.
Was I like 16?
It was like 5 or 6 years ago.
It was longer
No,
than that.
I
Okay.
could have. I had to be like 16.
No, because I was like 16.
So, all right, 20.
So you were 20, okay.
All right, so I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do narcotics. I don't do anything. bad.
Recreational.
You don't
I
do
don't-
any narcotics
I
that
don't-
Michael couldn't give you anyway because
Exactly.
he doesn't save lives.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, when I hear Bud, because I had a friend named Bud, I thought he was looking for a person. So when he said, "I need to find Bud," I'm like, "Oh man!" And he's done this more. This is not just one post. I've seen this post many times.
So you thought he's been searching for
and
a
I'm
friend
like,
for years.
what friend has he been missing for this long? So I think one day I finally like Mark. Why?
No, it wasn't me. You asked Tina.
Did I? I'm like, why does it seem like Bobby's always looking for this guy named Bud? What happened? And then they explained to me what Bud was. Didn't know what it was. It's weed.
Do you guys have any like weird childhood stories of like stupid stuff that you thought?
Yeah, I have one. So like just like,
Shocker.
kind of like yours. Mine was when I was a child. I looked at everyone. I looked at it, and I swear I'm like thinking I'm the only one that's real, and everyone's like either like some kind of robot or like some kind of not real. And I always wondered. I'm like, how did I get here? Everyone's a robot, and I don't know why I thought that. I always thought about that.
So you never thought that anybody else was an actual person?
Well, I was young when I did this. I was probably like, how old were you when you did yours?
12-ish.
I was a little younger than that. I was a little younger. So for some reason, I was probably in like kindergarten when I did this, and I'm always thinking, like, I think I'm the only one that exists.
You never saw somebody else bleed?
Probably not realized it, but maybe
All right.
All right, Mark. I have a question for you.
Okay.
So, me and Mike were talking earlier. We were saying, how much money would it take for me to hit you in the shin with a Razor scooter, like when you were kids? How much money?
Not a lot.
And I'm talking full on, like, remember
like full
when you used
full
to turn it
school-
and it would smack your
Full
shin?
rotation right in the shin.
Exactly. How much money would it take?
I don't know. $1,000?
That's what I said.
$2,000?
That's what I said.
Honestly, if you offer me $500, I'd let
I probably,
you do
like
it.
I said, in theoretical, I'm gonna say like 1,000. Real life, you show me that money, I'm probably doing it for $100.
I was gonna say, it's not gonna take much.
No.
This guy over here,
My legs hurt just thinking about it.
I go up to 10 grand and he still says no.
Like my shins are tingling.
Oh, hang on.
$10,000.
$10,000,
My shins are tingling right now.
$10,000.
$10,000.
Do you understand what $10,000
I
is?
don't fucking care.
$10,000.
Yes, Marky, I
Mike,
get the number amount you're saying.
You
So
are
what's
the
your amount?
stupidest person
Exactly.
I've
I
ever
don't
met.
know.
That is stupid. That is
15?
you
No.
are stupid.
20.
Yeah, sure, 20.
Oh my god.
20,000?
Yes.
So you're telling me if I came to you
With a
a
scooter.
briefcase and a scooter of $10,000,
20,000 or 10,000.
so 10,000,
Yeah.
you would tell me no.
Yes.
Why? What is your reasoning for this?
My shins hurt just
It's
thinking
worth the
about
so
pain.
it.
you can't. So your pain level is cost over $10,000.
Yes.
Michael, if someone walked up to me and said, "I want you to break Michael's ankle for $10,000," I would just take a hatchet to your ankle
I know you would. I wouldn't want you to do it, but I know you would.
Yeah.
happily. I would sleep like a baby with my money.
I know you
There
would.
would be no room for Kate in the bed.
That-
I'd lay all the money out, and I'm sleeping with the money that night.
Small bill.
What the hell is he giving you? Ones?
Singles.
10,000 ones?
Singles.
Yes, that's what I said. Ones.
Singles.
Yes, a one is a
You
single.
can get it in yen. Imagine how much that would be.
Oh, I want it in euros. I want little coins everywhere.
That's good.
It'd be
That-
fun.
Or the franc.
No, I want euros.
All right.
People make it rain in strip clubs. I make it hail. I'm just pulling out the euros and just jump.
Ow.
You're not the one dancing for me, Michael.
Yeah.
Painful.
But painful. Is everything painful to you?
You're just gonna throw fucking metal at people. That's all you
Jesus.
two want to do. Throw scooters
You just
and
have-
coins.
We
and
don't want to
shit.
just throw metal. We want to pay people to hit them.
Exactly. Why are you so brittle?
Just wanna pay
Why are you
people
so
to hit
brittle?
them.
We do
Michael,
a simple.
he wants to kill people, but the law won't let him.
Yeah, we knew that.
That brings up a subject. When I was in the military, I had this conversation with a lot of people, and not a lot of people said yes. But if there was a time in the future, far in the future,
Okay.
that for some reason animals that we eat are all endangered or even extinct sometime. Say that we start to eat people, and I'm not talking about killing people. Like, say we're able to harvest the food from dead people, but it doesn't go bad. We actually make it good. Say ham, because it's so extinct or endangered. Say it's like, I don't know,
Okay, so the
200
food we normally eat is extinct.
or endangered.
close to
It's
it.
very expensive.
Okay.
It's almost endangered. So say it's like $200 a pound. Now human, because we're so many of us, it's say $10 a pound. Would you eat human? I said yes.
I would.
I said yes.
Go ahead, Michael.
What,
Give us your
no
take.
again,
No,
mister?
no. I'm not gonna say no, but I'm trying to think of how to word what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Are you ashamed?
word.
No.
Huh?
No. If it came down to that, I would say yes.
So you wouldn't eat human if it was legal?
I'm saying if it came down to
Okay.
what you're saying,
Take
yes.
away the price. Human's legal. You eating it?
So like everything's as it is right now.
Uh-huh.
Would I try a person?
Yes, I'm eating it.
No.
I'd be intrigued. I'd probably take. I'd nibble.
It's legal.
I feel like I would be interested, but I wouldn't actually.
It
try.
depends. Like, is this like a backyard thing, or like you go to
No,
a
it's
restaurant and
legal.
it's like on the menu?
It's kind of like medicinal marijuana. It's legalized. You can go to a place, get
But
your
like,
meat.
are they killed humanely?
Sure, kosher.
So like,
Kosher doesn't mean they're humanely killed.
How are they gonna get it? Like, how would they?
Wait, hang on.
We can,
Like
have
harvest
we can have
it.
donated.
John.
Donated.
What does kosher mean?
It's the way that the Jews kill the animal to make it kosher.
That's not it at all.
What?
You sure?
Yes.
I don't know it, but that doesn't sound like it's right.
I know it's a Jewish thing.
It is a Jewish thing.
I know this. What
Go
is
ahead,
it?
hit me. No,
Tell me what it is.
you know what it is, John. Tell me what kosher is.
I know this is wrong, but in my head a second ago, I really thought it was the way they killed the animal, so it's humane. I know that's probably wrong, but that's what I thought it was. I thought it was a way they humanely killed the animal so they can eat it. What is kosher? I probably got it wrong, but
So kosher food is any food or beverage that Jewish dietary laws allow a person to eat.
now why is it for their law? Like what makes it?
So there's certain things in their religion that they're not allowed to touch. But also, if something's kosher, it means it was like blessed by a rabbi, like the preparation. It's not how it was killed or any of that. It's the preparation of the food.
So I was close.
And then, like, when I worked at a supermarket, we had a kosher section. You had a kosher rabbi who would literally go and, like, bless the food and to do the food a specific way. Like, a regular knife, if you were using it to cut meat, could not touch a kosher meat. It had to be a specific set of knives. Like, it's completely in preparation of how it's done. There could be... That's just, like, there's more in depth, but that's just general...
Okay. So maybe I would have had one part of it. I just didn't have
But
the
anyway,
whole part.
so... Like I said, if it's like that easily accessible and like I can go on a menu and it's like Johnny's ass cheek, I would need it because I don't want to eat your ass cheek. But if it was like,
what if it's like this man was fed figs?
The Wagyu beef.
Yeah, exactly.
This man was fed
grass-fed.
Wagyu beef. For 80 years, it was all he was
He
fed.
was vegan.
Free range human.
Wait. So he was fed nothing but Wagyu beef, but he's vegan.
Well, I'm saying that could be another person, like vegetarian. He had said he's vegan. He ate vegan.
But he's still meat.
He's meat, but he ate vegetarian.
So are we gonna have like farms of people, like cows now?
No.
Or
No,
what's
he's
going
saying
on?
just like people die and we just
Yes, but
we
we're
just
able to harvest them.
We take their ass
Yeah.
cheeks.
So would it be like, Marky? Would it be like, all right? So like, say like,
All right, you know how you
I
can't.
was gonna say, like, say somebody had a car accident,
Yes.
but we would only take like the part that isn't affected.
Yes. Like you said, you know how when an animal dies, you can't eat it.
Yeah.
You actually have to butcher the animal to eat it.
Yes.
Say somehow we figure out a way
To butcher the person.
Yes.
Okay.
But it doesn't go bad. I'm eating it.
Like I said, I wouldn't make it a regular part of my diet.
I would definitely try it.
But that's what I'm saying. If it was on the menu, and
Why
it was
wouldn't
like,
you?
It was like
I feel like
Michael's
I eventually
elbow
would,
muscle.
but like right now, they just.
Yeah.
Chickens eat chicken all the time. Pigs eat anything. What makes
I've
you
seen
above a
many
pig?
pigs.
I feel like if I could get a chance to.
I've seen many pigs.
What's
eat
your
many
problem?
people.
Why do you have a problem with everything?
I don't know.
You don't want to get hit for
He
money.
is
If it was
So-
You don't
if it was
wanna-
life or death, I would definitely try it.
Life or death. That's
It's not life or
that's
death.
anything.
I know,
life or
I know
death.
that. I know that.
Michael, ready? I'm
Can
gonna
finish?
I'm gonna
Can I finish?
No, I'm gonna simplify the situation. And I said no. We're gonna simplify the situation for you. Okay, ready?
Okay.
So, it's a nice Friday night. We're going out to dinner. You,
And
me, and
humans
Johnny.
on the menu.
We go to the Cheesecake Factory,
Okay.
and they have a human burger,
Okay.
just mixed in with all the regular burgers. Would you try it?
Yeah.
No one's gonna. Well, people will judge you, but who cares? Fuck them.
I kind of feel like I would say like you do. I would nibble it.
You would nibble, so you're gonna order it and you're not gonna eat it, you're just gonna nibble it?
I would
Why
try-
you gonna
I
order it?
would-
You gotta pay for it.
I would try it. All right. I feel like I would. I feel like I would be very tempted to
Michael,
try, so
can
I
I
had to
just
try
tell
it.
you something that I think about you?
I feel like oh boy, here we go. Okay.
So, again, this isn't bad. I feel like you die on mountains that don't matter. Like, you say things, and you're like, oh, for $10,000, I wouldn't let a razor hit me in the shin. But I feel like if a person walked up to you with a razor at $10,000,
You're
you'd
gonna
just be
do
like,
it.
yes.
You say it.
I feel like you have a higher... I'm trying to think about it. I'm trying to word it better so I'm not insulting you because I don't want to insult you.
Insult him.
But
I say you could say. I feel like I get what you're trying to say.
No, I'm just. I feel like you're not rationally putting yourself in that situation.
You think outside the box.
Like if $10,000 was in front of me and there was a razor in front of me,
It's gonna
I would
happen.
hit my shin, your shin, and Johnny's shin.
I know.
I'd
you
let him
would.
hit,
I know
I'd
you
let him
would.
hit my shit.
I'd hit one of my shins and both of your shins. So
Exactly.
you'd be crawling.
That's mean.
We're crawling.
For $10,000, I'm an asshole.
Exactly.
like this.
And now we're gonna jump him.
You're an
We're gonna
asshole
take some of that
without
$10,000. You know what I'm gonna
Michael,
do?
That's rude.
You know what I'm gonna do?
You know I'm right.
Well, do you want to tell the story about graduation?
Oh fuck.
So,
All right.
Michael,
Am I telling it or are you telling it?
I'm just gonna set it up. I was gonna
Okay.
let you tell it.
I wasn't there.
So
Yeah.
Mike and I graduated the same year. We actually went to the same high school. So Michael, we had a conversation today, and he reminded me of something that I said during graduation. I had no recollection of. I have no memory of it until he said it, and then it clicked. I'm gonna let Michael tell it.
All right. So we're at graduation, and he's towards the front of the graduating class. He's sitting in the front area, so his name's obviously getting called first.
So my last name's Donnelly. His last name is Mengini. D's before it.
It's alphabetical.
Yeah, and I was sitting near the aisle where everybody walks through to get back to their seat. And this guy walks back. I forgot he was actually in my graduating class at this point because I didn't think anything. I was just sitting there waiting for my name to be called. He comes back, walks around, sees my face, looks directly into my eyes, and is like, It's like looked really surprised, like, you actually fucking did it, and just walks past me. I looked at him dumbfounded, like what? And then we see each other again. He's like, you did it, and then just walks away from me the second time. I'm like, why are you so surprised that I graduated?
Michael, we all were. The whole
I
family.
was surprised you graduated.
You weren't even there.
Some of this, I was so surprised. Some of the
You
stuff
didn't invite him.
Exactly.
Just like you didn't invite me to your graduation party.
Yeah.
You were in the Navy, so
That's no excuse. Send a Red Cross letter.
What the fuck's a Red Cross letter
The
gonna
letter
do?
that when someone dies, that way I could have came home.
Michael, you could have murdered another member of the family to give him the excuse to come home and come to the graduation.
Why
You
would
stole
I
that
do
from
that?
both of us.
Why would I do that?
Because you were selfish.
So he
and
could
you
see
didn't
it, so
want
he could
me
come to the
go.
graduation.
You were invited.
I was not invited. Did I get an invitation? Where's my invitation?
That's-
Mark lived right down the road from you. Did you get an invitation?
I didn't get
right
an
down the
invitation.
road. What's a rude?
I'm
Road.
trying to change the subject here.
You're trying to
for
gaslight
you not going.
us. For you not inviting
Why
me
couldn't he
to
go?
your graduation party.
His
Marky.
dad wasn't at his graduation.
Listen, my dad didn't. My dad abandoned me, and you abandoned me that day.
Yeah. That's why he was surprised that you graduated.
You're not wrong, but I don't have any words.
I'm just saying.
I don't have any words.
Just an invitation.
I
would've
feel
been
attacked.
I'm just saying.
You were invited.
It
Again,
doesn't
Mark,
sound like
did
it
we
It's
isn't-
not my fault. You were in the Navy. You actually might have been deployed at that time.
Your tone doesn't make it sound like
You actually might have been
he was
deployed at
invited.
that time, so I don't want to hear your bullshit.
Email is the thing.
It is.
The thought
I have his
would've
military
counted.
email in my phone.
Exactly.
I didn't have your military email.
So you didn't ask?
Yeah, Michael. Is he just supposed to give his military email out to everybody?
Yes.
No, that's not how it works.
I was fighting in faraway lands.
He was in Dubai dodging gunshots.
His ass
and
wasn't dodging
camels.
gunshots. You never touched a camel.
Why would I touch a camel?
He just said.
I said he was dodging camels. I never said he touched a camel. He was avoiding touching
Oh,
camels.
well, you never avoided the touch a camel.
I never
Sure he
avoided
did, because you never had to touch one.
Exactly.
So can I bring something up now that we're on the
Okay.
fact of dodging things? So, Michael, I have a question for you.
Okay.
A zombie's coming at you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Are you dead?
What?
Are you dead?
A zombie's
A zombie's coming at you. He's charging at you.
So you're saying, is he gonna kill me?
Yeah, are you gonna survive it?
I feel like I could.
Why?
Well, here's the thing, and I'm gonna back his thesis. I feel like I would survive too. It depends on two types of things.
Like
What,
what kind?
what
Like,
one.
movie is this zombie from?
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, I was gonna say like, what kind
Is it
of,
like a running zombie, like 28
28
days?
weeks later, yes.
Or is it just like
Walking Dead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like what kind of zombie are we talking about?
two?
Here?
It also depends on how it's transmitted,
How-
how the
yeah.
disease or whatever it is transmitted. Because like if it's only through bite, I have never been bitten by a person.
Yeah.
Unless it was like consensual. We're gonna throw that out there.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, like I've avoided getting 27 years. I've not been bit by anything.
No dog.
Well, I just mean like a person. I've been avoiding being bit. I've been bit by plenty of dogs. I've been hit by cars, John, because of you. I'm just saying, that zombie comes at me, I think I'll make it.
Okay.
Just bop it on the nose.
I'll tell you what.
I think I could. I think I could get away from
Why?
I feel like I'd be a dick to it, dude. I feel like I'd like remove its head and be like, oh, chase me now.
it. I think that's when you would die.
You're right. I would be the... Here's the thing. If I wasn't a dick, I would survive. Because I would be able to maneuver it. The issue is, I would be a dick, win, and then I would brag. And in the moment of bragging, something would get me.
I'm gonna tell you why I'll survive.
Your face.
I'm gonna be selfish. I'm keeping everything.
Can-
I'm not
and-
spreading nothing.
And can I just say, that's another thing that, like, why a lot of people, I think, die like horror movies. And
They
everything.
try to
It's-
help.
It's stupid things like that. Like, you try to help.
Exactly.
Like, Michael, if you, me, and Johnny were running...
I'm tripping you.
I was like, this
and
motherfucker just gonna
there's cocaine bear behind us.
I'm tripping
Oh.
you.
I'm cutting a bag of cocaine open and just sprinkling it on you and running.
I'm tripping you. Outrunning you. I'm a survivor.
I wouldn't even trip you. I would trip one of you, and then the two of us would just be out. Like, that's the thing. Like, all the horror movies, it's the same scenario. A boyfriend and a girlfriend are running, and the girlfriend trips, and
And
he's
he
like,
comes
"Honey,
back."
I'll save you."
No.
Kate, if me and Kate were running, and she trips and falls, and I see there's a werewolf behind, bye, honey, I love
Exactly.
you.
Where in the vows did he say if a zombie apocalypse happens, I'm coming back?
Listen,
You might die.
I was there for his vows.
You might
That
die
was not
after
in
this
it.
podcast.
I show my love by remembering her. Listen, if we both died, no one's gonna remember.
Exactly. He carries on the name.
I carry on the name.
What's your name to begin with?
Exactly.
now he carries
I carry
it.
it on.
It's dead without him.
No. How? He has a brother.
His Donnelly. There's different Donnellys.
There's different.
There's
levels
Mark
of
Donnelly.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
Mark Donnelly.
Now,
I'm Mark Donnelly.
Now there's a whole tree that just branches
There's
this
a whole
way.
tree of just me.
Instead of branching this way, now it's branching this way.
Exactly. It's
So there's nobody else in this family that has his name.
Oh,
correct.
so yes.
No one else in the family is named Mark Stephen Donnelly.
Exactly.
That is correct, Michael.
You know the last name.
That's not what you
That's
said.
not
you
the
said
same
my
name. That's not the same name.
Oh boy.
You would die in the zombie apocalypse.
I think I would kill him.
I
in
would
a
die
zombie
just to get away
apocalypse.
from you.
Good.
That's
Fat
how you would
boy.
die.
More food for me.
John.
You would eat us to death anyway. You would
I
eat all the
really
food.
would.
You would eat all the food, and then we'd have
would-
nothing to eat.
We would gaslight Michael, and he'd be like, "Fuck you guys," and he'd
He'd
walk,
walk out the bunker and just take it.
I would just let them kill me at that point. Fuck all y'all.
And then I'm going to harvest whatever they don't bite, and I'm going to chop it off, and we got more food.
No, I would just shoot him.
Before the zombie even gets you, because if zombie eats you, now you're infected.
I
Once
was
the
gonna say,
zombie
the
bites
meat
you,
will be
and you're like
infected.
banging on the door, you're like, "Help me,
I
help
would
me."
just want to die.
Well, I'm gonna open the door. Well, I'm gonna have Johnny open the door, and it's gonna be bang, and you're dead because I shot you between the eyes.
You're eating
So-
too much of our food.
Then you got to pull out the bullet
Why do
Why do I have to blow the bullet?
or shell, whatever you
Why?
shoot you with.
Why?
Because then you're not gonna have that meat.
I'm just not going to eat the part I shot you
I don't
with.
want to. I don't want to eat you, Michael.
Yeah.
You just said you.
No, you're already bitten. That's too late.
Yeah, you're already bitten. You're
You just said
tasting meat.
before I would get bit.
Well, that's if we can't. Now you're in this scenario. You're bitten.
Yeah, you're dead. You're gone. You're with Jesus now. John, I've never told that story.
What story?
Oh.
Did I? So Michael, back a couple of years ago, I used to go on vacation with Uncle John, Aunt Lisa, and like Johnny's whole family.
Okay, I know that.
So the one year, you were in the military.
I was.
So it was Aunt Lisa, Uncle John.
Yes, and Jesse and Christina.
I don't think Christina was there, but I think it was Aunt Lisa, Uncle John, Jesse, Abel was there because Lux wasn't even born yet.
All right, so
was
Abel
like a
was
baby.
little.
Me, my mom, and
Oh, was it?
I think it was just me and my mom.
Why wasn't
Okay.
Christina there?
I don't think I think she had work or like couldn't get off or something.
Okay.
She may have been there and I just don't remember.
Okay.
So, no, Tina was there.
Mm-hmm.
Because Tina and I were the ones swimming in the water. So we're in the ocean, and we're to the point where it gets to my shoulders, and the current's pulling me out. And I'm 6 foot. Like if the current's pulling me, and I'm actually feeling like I'm going, it's time to start going back in the water. It's time to start going back to the shore. So Aunt Lisa, who is what, 4 foot?
Nah, she's not. She might be. I think she's 5 foot. But
Okay.
still, that's still pretty short.
5
Yeah.
foot. You go swimming in the water like and Uncle John, Mark, get her, and she's like 30 feet past me. Like you just see her head bobbing in the water as like the waves are coming.
She's gonna die.
And I swear, like you look out at her, and all of a sudden you see this like golden light hit her. Well, you know when the clouds
sun,
part
yeah,
and the sun
yeah.
comes out, it was like right on her, and I was like, "She's with Jesus now, Uncle John. Don't worry, I'll teach you how to date again. We'll get you back in the scene." And he's like, "Get her, asshole!" And I'm like, "I'm not." I was like, "The current's pulling me here. I'm not going any farther." So 5 minutes later, he's in the water, like you just see him like hauling it. He's going. And I'm drowning now because I'm laughing so hard, like the current's pulling me and the waves are hitting me, and I'm underwater, just cry laughing, like I'm choking because I'm swallowing salt water. And you just see him grab her by the shoulder, and he's swimming them both back, and she goes, "I'm fine, I'm swimming, let me go." And he goes, "I saved your life. I don't understand why you're so mad at me." And I was like, "Cause she was with Jesus, and you took her." So for like a year after that, every time I saw your mom, she's with Jesus now. It's okay.
She don't need nobody to save us. She's got the Lord.
You're never alone when you're with Jesus, Michael.
Well, Jesus.
That's Mexican Jesus.
The Mexican Jesus.
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 Oh.
Mexican Jesus.
Speaking of my mom, there was a time when I was little and we lived in the apartment, and she would work nights. And what would happen is I didn't like seafood. My other sister didn't like seafood, but my youngest sister, she liked seafood. So what my mom would do is she'd come home go in there, sneak, wake my sister up, and say, we got seafood. And then they'd go to the kitchen. And once in a while, like once every couple times this would happen, I'd wake up. And we didn't live in a big apartment, so I can almost see the kitchen from where I lived. So there's times I'll be like, what are they doing? So I poke my head out, and they're having a seafood feast in there. And you know, I'm like, okay, I understand I don't like seafood, but I could be included. So I'm going to go out there and be included. So I'd go out there, and my mom'd see me and say, go to bed! And so I'd go to bed. And then... and that happened. And my mom denies it to this day. And she's probably going to watch this, and she's going to say that never happened, but that did happen. My other sister can witness that.
Would she ever buy you anything? Or nothing at all? Never. She would not once. She would buy you something.
Never. Maybe she did, but I'm just talking about the seafood. I could have been included. She could have got me like...
That's what I'm saying.
I could have had a cup of water and watched them eat the seafood. But, you know...
I could have had a cup of water.
I could have joined in.
Not she could have got me something to eat and I could have just been with them.
You know, possibly...
I'll just have some water out of the tap.
Possibly maybe a bowl of ice cream or even a bowl of cereal. No.
As they're eating fucking smelly-ass seafood.
Shrimp and crab legs and, you know... All I did was poke my head in and see what they were doing.
So you wouldn't want to have like a burger while they're doing that?
Just be included.
Can I just say that is my favorite? Just a glass of water.
Just to be included.
You are such a fucking liar.
What?
You knew how upset you were.
I was very upset.
No, I'm just saying, I know you.
I just went back to
you
bed.
You would be so pissed off if your mama teed up and you up and got her lobster and stuff and was like, here's some water, kid. You would be livid.
I still was upset that I poke my head in and get yelled at and they're eating seafood. Like, you know?
You would be mad about that now.
Everybody would be mad. Imagine that. You're poking your head out of the thing. You know, they can see you from the kitchen, and then go to bed. Like, oh, okay. I guess I'll just be the adopted child in the bedroom.
Sean,
The adopted
never
child.
To me. My father wasn't there to wake my brother.
Your dad wasn't there to eat seafood.
That wasn't...
Cats in the cradle and the silver spoon.
Little boy blue and the
man in the moon.
When you're coming home, Daddy don't know when. But we'll be together then, Dad. Gonna be a good time then.
That's how it would go.
That was nice.
Alright, guys. It's getting late. As always, remember to subscribe. You can listen to us on Spotify. You guys have a nice night. And as always, thank you for watching Epic Pandemonium.